So Liz, what were you thinking, when you reached out for sales training with us, what were the thoughts, what were the questions, the queries, concerns, fears maybe that running through your head when you were thinking about a sales trainer with the team at Herd Eye? What was going through your head?
Sure. That's a very good question, St. So I was new to Hurai, and the sales team that we had in place at the time were really struggling to sell this technology to farmers. It was a really hard sell. And so I had broken down as a complex problem, trying to overthink it. Why is this technology proving to be so difficult to sell? And I went right back to a review of the capability of the people that we had in the team and rebuilt a whole new sales team. And one of the things that I knew that was missing in the organization is that we needed to set our salespeople up for success, which meant that they needed to be coached and trained in how to sell successfully, that they need to have the sales tools to be able to sell. So good case studies, good data, good collateral, and that we needed to understand more about how to sell, how to have a conversation with farmers about our technology and how to understand the psychology of farmers. And so I had known St. John from a previous life. So I reached out to him and asked him if he would be willing to work with us and help us completely build our sales capability right from the ground up.
Awesome. What were you looking for? Because I hate talking about myself, but what were you looking in that sales training provider, that partner? What was it that you had to have on your wish list that was going to make it worthwhile? Because, you have to go into bat, make a business case to the board and the directors. What was it that you needed to see that had to be on that wish list to make sure it was going to be effective?
Sure. So for a start, for me, it was somebody that I knew and trusted and knew had a proven track record and really good capability. It was also about finding somebody who's going to be a good organizational fit for our organization, because I think that, and one of the things that's really important to me is that dealing with in rural, that we communicate clearly, simply, directly. And so I wanted somebody who was not going to use a whole lot of, sales wank terms as part of the training. I wanted somebody who was going to speak our language and have a really good organizational fit. I wanted somebody who really understood how farmers tick, what makes them behave and feel. I know that farmers are very emotional decision makers, so I wanted somebody who also understood that and was going to help us understand how we could tap into those emotional decision-making processes of farmers. So a really deep knowledge of what made farmers tick. And St. John ticks all those boxes.
Beautiful. It's kind of weird talking about me at third person. So let me then ask this question, Liz. What were the changes you started to see with the team once we started working together, getting them into the program? What were the changes or what are the outcomes you started to see once we started get momentum with the guys?
Well, one of the things that I really loved about Agrarian's program was that we started off the first couple of sessions being all about me, so being all about each of the people as sales professionals, and a lot of focus on making sure that we're taking care of ourselves and that we have the energy to do the job, because the team really needed to hustle. I really wanted to build some energy and momentum and create a sense of urgency and a sense of we've got a job to do and we've got to hurry up and get on with it. So I really like that St. John in the beginning was all about ensuring your own personal effectiveness so that you could be really effective as a salesperson, and believing in yourself and selling yourself and first and foremost. So it was the energy. It was a brand new team, so we came together really quickly as a team using this training, and just the kind of the immediate change was from this is a big fat difficult problem. So selling herd eye is a big fat difficult problem, to very quickly we can do this. We know how to have the right conversation. We know how to be curious and ask the right questions of farmers. So therefore, we're able to discover and uncover how to communicate with farmers about this technology and how to make them interested in wanting to have this technology on farm.
Awesome. I appreciate that. So share what you can that you're confident sharing, because we don't breach confidentialities and commercials, but Did you start to see an uplift? Did you start to see some change, some outcomes that satisfied you as GM and your board, who are demanding, and rightly so? Did you start to see some outcomes in terms of sales results with the team?
Immediately. So we started the program with St. John in the middle of January 2025, and we had a really focused sales campaign that we ran for the month of February. This organisation has existed for more than 3 years, and in the first 3 weeks of that month of February, we did more sales in 3 weeks than the company had ever done in the entire 3+ years that it had existed before. And that momentum is still continuing today.
Yeah, awesome, awesomeness. Because often, people will talk about the fluff, and I appreciate that. I'm super, super proud of the efforts of your guys and how quickly they have turned things around. Because, between you and I, like, we were on the back foot before the intervention, and we needed to get hustling and really get some leads on the boards. And we know agri-tech, it's not an easy game to sell in, as we know, to farmers. Last question: what would you say to your peers about your experience working with us or with me and the program? What would you say to them? What would your advice be to them?
My advice would be to invest in developing the capability of your people and helping them understand how to be successful, both individually and as a team. The return on the investment is just going to be massive, and it's going to be immediate. And so, for me, this is a complete game changer and a complete no brainer.
Brilliant. Liz, I love that. I just want to say well done you for like making it happen, taking a chance on me, the privilege of letting me train you and the team. I'm enormously proud of the results you got in such a short period of time. It's remarkable. I hope you're bored and hope your shareholders are happy, and we'll keep Brenton. I'm really looking forward to continue to support you and looking after you and the team.
And thank you. And St. John, I really appreciate that you were willing to take us on, because don't forget, at the time, we were too small and we were too early in our sales journey for us to normally be a customer that you would be interested in taking on. And I know that you were willing to do that because of the relationship that you and I previously had. So I really appreciate that. So thank you.
I'm just super proud to be part of helping you get the result, and most importantly, helping your farmers. So thank you, Liz. We will continue to work together, and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thanks very much, St. John.